Hello everyone, today I'm here to open a WizKids D&D Boneyard brick. Now this is, if you're not aware, basically a Boneyard range of 45 miniatures. I'm going to be opening 8 boxes, that's what's in a brick, and I'm going to be getting almost random miniatures from them from the set. Because it's in a brick like this, there should be a bit more variety, so fingers crossed. Now let's jump in. So let's first of all get this really annoying bit out of the way. I'm going to shift these over here and grab a box so you should be able to see everything if I get in position. So box number 1. So I don't know too much about this set, and I'm really sorry for those that care about keeping boxes. I'm only going to be keeping a couple of these, so I'm not going to treat them with much respect. But I don't know too much about the set other than it looks epic. there's a T-Rex in here somewhere. Maybe we'll get that, maybe we won't. So let's throw that down. So let's see what we have got. Just be careful to pop this one out the bottom. So we have a warhorse skeleton. That's pretty cool. You could see that sort of galloping towards players at some point in a campaign. So that's pretty cool. Then we've got, I've just eyed up the big one that we've got here. So then we've got just a little, what's that, a ghoul? If you can see that, hopefully you can. It's much harder to see on the clear bases on camera, but he looks like he's carrying someone else's arm. It's not his left arm and his right arm sort of thing. He's got 2 arms, but that is that's pretty cool. The miniature does look a little wonky. It looks very forward running, but it does look like he's running. It doesn't look like maybe the mini's too bent. Oh my god, I am struggling with packaging already. That's always a good start. So we have a Deathlock. Now this is definitely on the wonky side. Pretty cool mini. Gonna have to try and do the old hot water reset trick, but it's got like a hand coming out using that transparent plastic to sort of come out and sort of cast that spell. It does look very cool to me, very cool. And what I had eyed up. Now, one thing I was really unfortunate I didn't get in one of the other sets that I unboxed was a giant snail. And this is the Bone Whelk, which effectively, to me, looks like a snail which has basically lots of bones and bits and pieces in the back. That is like there's skulls in here. That could terrify a few players. A nice large there. So that's the first box down out of 8. Now hopefully it should mean we won't get another one of those, because they are supposed to, we'll probably see maybe 1 or 2 of those pop back up, but mostly we should see completely different minis. Okay, let's throw that down. Let's jump straight in with this horrible looking Oot-Ook. We're going to pretend that that was even pronounced right. That looks pretty vicious. A lot of teeth. Can't really see any eyes. It's got these tentacle-y things. That's pretty awesome. I think I'm liking these so far. They seem a lot more than one of the other sets I've unboxed before on the channel was the Baldur's Gate stuff, and I think that was really, this is just a zombie, that was like really, you kind of have to use it in that campaign. Whereas I think these, almost every campaign is going to have some kind of undead or zombie encounter. So you can use these quite easily. This is the Mummy Lord. I really wanted it to be like a mummy's boy there. I think that would have been a bit more funny. Loving that transparent plastic spell or whatever he's casting there. Lovely, quite nice miniature there. Yeah, again, although I think that one strays away from the being able to be used all the time that I just said. So, you know, that's a great start. This is a ghast. So yeah, ghasts can be used quite often, doing various different things. That sort of creepy long tongue it's got coming out of its face, mouth. Yeah, again, I wouldn't mind a couple of those because you could see maybe a couple of those and a couple of zombies running at you very nicely. Box number 3. Oh, they love sellotape on the side of these things. And I'm trying to make sure I don't use a knife because apparently I've heard that or a pair of scissors, because I've heard that can cause problems with YouTube. God knows why. You know. Ooh, I mean, it's a big thing. We'll come back to this thing. We'll go for the small ones first. This looks like a different type of a drowned assassin. It's got a real like bulgy thing coming out the side of its head. I mean, you could use that quite easily as just a bit of a mutated zombie or just some weird thing coming at you. I don't think anyone would question you on its exactness. Here we have the Avatar of Death, which, I mean, now I've looked at it, to be honest, yes, I probably could have guessed that. Interesting that the scythe isn't like a, you know, like a nice chromed metal. It's like a spectred, transparent plastic scythe. I'm not a huge fan of these clear bases. I feel like you could have probably got a very dynamic pose like that, but not used that. But, you know, they're getting better. They've got this kind of whooshing sort of air look to them rather than just be like transparent poles. But, yeah, I mean, it's nice. You know, if death's coming at you, you're probably going to get out of the way. Here we have a Phantom Warrior. Now this, you know, this could be nicely used in a puzzle. Perhaps, you know, a warrior is locked behind some kind of mirror world, or, you know, maybe you just need a phantom. You've got a couple of uses for that. Nicely transparent. I think that is a very, very cool miniature there. And of course, we have something absolutely huge. And of course, that's a skittering horror. And with all of these legs, oh yes, it would be a skittering horror indeed. One eye, although it's just kind of like a blob of paint, there doesn't seem to actually be really an eyeball, and maybe that is the eyeball. Maybe, you know, it's just a pupil-y thing like bugs sometimes have. Oh, it's got the sort of tentacle things coming out its mouth, off its back, this sort of scythe sort of forearms and legs. Oh yes, that is indeed a skittering horror. That is disgusting in a good way. Box number 4, which means after this we'll be halfway through. I'm not sure I'm hoping for the T-Rex. Last time I was hoping for a T-Rex because I really wanted one. This time I don't think I needed undead, but if I had an undead T-Rex, well, it would, you know, certainly be able to make a storyline there. This is a vampire spawn. So, yes, I think we're getting Curse of Strahd based sort of miniatures, but if you're playing Curse of Strahd, you're going to need vampires, and you can easily come across one of those in a cave. You know, not too bad. Oh, this looks like a fun little slard. A death slard. Now, nearly 5-6 months ago now, there was supposed to be a slard paint kit It never really seemed to materialise in the UK, unfortunately. I had put my name down for one, never really turned out to be a thing. But glad I've got one. I think I would have painted I think it was like green or red or something, which maybe would have been cooler, but having a slard is always cool, bit of variety. This feels quite Will-O-Wisp. So, you know, they're not the most terrifying, but they, at least in appearance, but, you know, that can actually, it could turn out to be a little bit of a problem for you and your party. And obviously, I think these transform or grow older into bigger things. So maybe it's an indication of what's to come around the corner. And we've got an ogre zombie. Now, I really like the ogre set. There was the ogre... it's the ones where they do like the kobolds, or all of them, and it's like one of them is like a monster kit, and it came with an ogre. I really like that, and the fact that you could have the ogre killed and, you know, maybe make a mark on the party, and then you could have someone maybe bring it back to life. Well, that could scare a few people, couldn't it? So that's always good. Box number 5. So we're over halfway now. Hopefully you're still with me. What's your favourite mini so far? And let me know if that changes by the end. I'm just having a look on the side of the box. The bone naga and skeletons and bits and pieces. That would be quite cool. Oh, that's a very peculiar looking thing. We'll come back to that in a minute. Oh, wow, this is an insanely bent miniature. That's, I mean, a skeleton, a mummy, sorry, that can do the limbo. Absolutely fine. Completely bent over. So I'm going to have to try and fix that. I mean, it looks quite nice. It's actually got some like gold touches, some sort of rawer areas. Where the bandages aren't showing, so it's nice, but blooming hell, that's off to an angle. That's it's not great. That's the second one in this set that's had that. This is a Dread Warrior, so I think, you know, that's gonna be pretty terrifying, I'm assuming, if that's coming at players. Don't know much about that, to be honest. But I think you could easily use that as a general ghost miniature, or, you know, if you've got spectres and, you know, which was this one? This was phantoms. They could come out together, and I don't think your players would really know or care. This is a Spawn of Chaos, which I think really is basically another type of zombie that seems to be acidically eating itself. I have no idea what it actually is, but that's definitely how I would use this miniature. Again, just slightly at an angle, that one, which is a bit annoying. And the last one here, it's a juvenile kraken. I was going to call it a squid. A little bit more than a squid. Loving the like little design here. Let's see if I can get that. Make sure I can get it on the camera here. Really, really cool one. I love the way all the tentacles are going off in all directions. And this is how I think they're using these plinths well, when they've got stuff all wrapped around it, so it's not just obvious. It's not just something that's floating in midair. They're kind of doing something to make it not just a block of clear plastic. It's just me. I know most people really don't care about that. Well, I just do. I think it's just a little thing where it's like, you could do better. So if you can, do it. And I've just seen what's coming out of the box. So as you can see it, let's just jump straight in. Let's have a look at the big one. I said I didn't really mind getting it. I've got it now. I'm quite happy. It is a zombie T-Rex, or a Tyrannosaurus Rex zombie, to be precise. So I believe there might be an extra bit to this, or at least I thought there was. Yes, it looks like it's up here. So you get this little extra packet with the zombie T-Rex, because if I can, Christ almighty, well, it's like opening presents on Christmas Day when your family member loves to use sellotape. So this somehow fits into the mouth. Something like that, maybe. And then well, not like that, but basically then it looks like it's puking zombies out, or some dead sludgy stuff like that. Yeah, I think it looks pretty awesome even without that little bit. And again, it just means that if your party killed your T-Rex, the game is not over. I mean, it might be over for a short period of time. You might have to, you know, you can't necessarily just insta-kill the T-Rex and have it resurrect. I mean, you could. It depends how much of a dick your players have been. Spectre, that's a pretty cool one. Nice and translucent-y. Not too translucent, but just it gives like a, you can see through it sort of thing. And it's a Spectre, but it could be easily used as some kind of Banshee or Phantom or something like that. Someone trying to send you a message in a screaming tone. This looks like some kind of Goliath. It is a zombie. It's not quite. Maybe it's big enough to be a Goliath, actually. I don't know. Let's just have a bit of a comparison next to the mummy. No. Maybe. It would be a short Goliath. But it looks Goliathy. So, either way, nice zombie miniature, and quite a different one from the other one, to be fair. And an absolutely tiny little one here. If you like the Addams Family, it is a hand. A crawling claw, to be exact. Oh, there we go, crawling claw. Yeah, it's different. Again, if you've got someone that likes the Addams Family, you can throw that in there and, well, they'll just have that little bit of excitement from, you know, knowing something. And penultimate box. A cheeky look. Oh, that looks quite small, to be honest. Quite small. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. See what we got in the little bags first. That's gone off on the side. That looks like a skeleton, but it looks for like a halfling, to be honest. That's pretty awesome. That's really nice. Yeah. Again, another character to be coming at you that just doesn't look like necessarily a humanoid. And we knew it was going to happen. The first double, the first duplicate, it's one of these Phantoms, wasn't it? Yeah, Phantom Warrior. Well, let's be honest, if you're going to have one Phantom, why not have another one? I'd have preferred it to be maybe one of the zombies, but, you know, can't have everything. And then this is the Vampire Spellcaster. Now, I feel like that is going to ruin someone's day. Really interesting that it's got this sort of real wall of spell coming up behind it. Some kind of fog or something, maybe. It's a nice miniature, though. Again, you know, if you're doing Curse of Strahd, I'm sure something like that will come up. A little bit disappointing, this one, but it's kind of cool. A Carrion Crawler. It looks like the sort of thing that you could throw at players pretty easily. It's not big and impressive, but, you know, it's got, well, to be fair, I really like the fact that this pattern goes all the way underneath. And actually, even where it's attached to the base, it looks kind of slimy, which I don't know if that's on purpose or that's glue or something like that, but it looks pretty cool. Nice way it sort of really does swirl and curve like a very angry croissant. And the last box, well, I'm kind of hoping I get one of the Bone Nagas, to be honest, because I think that would be cool. So let's just pop that open. Like I said, I don't really mind what I get. It's just for a bit of fun, right? And for a bit of fun. Oh, I'd forgotten this was part of the set, actually. Sod the bone naga. It's the black pudding, the elder black pudding. Now, why am I like oohing so much? Because it's one of these things that you can put something in. So, if I was to get, oh, is that gonna? Maybe not, but if you get something smaller, you know, that can actually sit in the black pudding, which, you know, that can really engulf a player, or maybe it's coming with something evil, you know. Let's have death actually coming at you in tandem with this black pudding, black oozy thing. Absolutely lovely. Catch death quickly. Really cool. I love it. It really looks quite like a liquid form. That is pretty damn awesome. And we've got a couple of little ones to go. We have another one of those spawn of crust, or what, crust? Yeah, I think that's probably about right. Another zombie sort of thing. Not a problem with that at all in my eyes. A skeleton, but this is a skeleton archer. So, you know, we've got a different type of skeleton. I love that, because you don't want all skeletons to look the same. And then, oh, we have another skeleton, but this is a limbo dancing skeleton. It's a dwarf, basically. A really awesome little dwarf miniature. Well, let me know in the comment section below, what was your favourite from the set? Now, yes, because I've got the other T-Rex, I think that is certainly got some potential for a bit of a storyline. The fact that you've got so many different zombies and skeletons, and that is brilliant. The fact you could throw in some phantoms and then some vampires, I think that's brilliant. I think this, I mean, I know it's a black pudding, but an ooze that's just phenomenal. And it's actually really quite sort of curved and liquid-like. Really like that one. Not too sure about this bit that clearly clips in somehow into the T-Rex's mouth, but, you know, and then the snail, because I didn't get the giant snail last time. But yes, check out other unboxings, like I unboxed this, which is the Adult Blue Dracolich Dragon from the Boneyard set. That's another video that's on the channel. There's D&D stuff, there's board game stuff, and, well, hopefully you've enjoyed yourself today. Until next time, have a great month, day, however long it is, gaming or role-playing, and I'm Oliver East, signing out.